everyone, this is Stephen Lotus, and today I'll be comparing two cases that I have for the OnePlus One. On the left I have the Diztronic case. It's the regular one, not the Ultra, and I have an aluminum bumper. This Diztronic case is a TPU case. You can get it $10 on Amazon and from the Diztronic website. It absorbs shock pretty well. It's pretty comfortable in the hand. It's nice and soft. It's got a lip here that protects the phone from, or protects the screen from damage when you put it face down. It's got holes or cutouts for the mic and camera and 3.5mm jack. It's got the button, raised buttons for your normal buttons here, your volume and your power, and also cutouts for the speaker grills and USB port. This is the aluminum bumper. It's got all the same things actually. Well, except or minus the camera cutout. Actually, one thing that this has that this doesn't is the cutout for the SIM tray. So yeah, it's definitely got that and it works. I'll show you in a second. Let's go ahead and try this on, see how it looks. And no, that's not a real stand. That's actually a stand for one of my watches. So this is pretty easy to install, just like that. 2 seconds, not even. And the buttons are there. They are definitely there. I can feel them. You cannot miss them. They feel great. Very, very solid. I mean, this is a very solid case. It feels great in my hand. It's really smooth, but it's not slippery in the hand. Although when I do put it down, like say on this table or something, it is a little slippery. It's really smooth on other surfaces, but in your hand it feels great. It doesn't take away from the whole feel of the phone. And when I put it down, I have a screen protector on here actually. Even when I put it down, there's still enough lip that protects the screen protector from getting scratched up. It's taken a few beatings, like especially on the corners. I think that's why they made the Diztronic Ultra case. If you can see that, see like right there. I've got that on pretty much all 4 corners. It's protected my phone since September. I love it. And again, it's $10 on Amazon and from the Diztronic website. Let's move on to the aluminum bumper here. You'll notice I have a screwdriver next to it. That's because you need the screwdriver in order to fasten it. See, it actually comes with 6 screws, 4 extra screws, and the screwdriver, and you have to screw these little screws in here to fasten it. It's got thin padding all around just to, you know, protect it, I guess, for added protection. So also it doesn't really bounce around inside. So it's pretty easy to install. You just kind of slip it in there, kind of cradle it a little, and yeah, this is what I do. I hold it kind of tight here, and then this is pretty easy to install, although not as fast as the Diztronic. If I can get that, yeah. Okay, that's in there. That's tight. All right, so yeah, this looks freaking awesome. You can see the back, and you can feel the back. I love it. Although it doesn't have well, without the screen protector, there is sort of a lip, but since I have the screen protector on, they're basically at the same level, if you can see that. I know this camera has a little focusing issues, but yeah, there's no lip now. So if I set it down like this, the screen's going to touch the table. Well, the screen protector will touch the table. So there's no protection on the back. It's just a bumper. I mean, that's what a bumper is. It's got your buttons here. Your buttons are actually kind of flush with the bumper. At first, I thought I had trouble pressing them, but I have had absolutely no issue with pressing them at all. They press just fine. They're pretty flush, but they're easy to press. I don't think it's going to give you problems, honestly, because it presses pretty easily. Like, you don't have to put that much force into pressing it. And so yeah, it's got all the cutouts like I mentioned earlier, and the cutout for the SIM tray. It actually works. Let me prove it to you. Boop. just like that. And you just take it out of there, just grab it out, and there it is. It actually works. So yeah, theoretically you don't ever have to take this thing off. I actually haven't since I gotten it. I've had it for 2 weeks and I absolutely love it. More people notice my phone now that I have this aluminum bumper. Wow, that's a pretty nice phone. Oh, I thought it was a part of the device. So yeah, definitely you get a lot of compliments, and I've actually dropped it. You know what's funny? I've dropped this thing more times with this bumper than I have with the case. I'm not saying that it's more prone to droppage. I think that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm more careless. It seems like almost every other day I drop it and I can't see where I've dropped it. There's no sign that I've dropped it anywhere on this bumper. But okay, I've only dropped it on a hard tile floor, so maybe that's it. Maybe if I drop it on concrete, it'll leave some scratches. It's definitely saved the phone a few times, and I'm really happy with it. It was $4.78 on Amazon, so that's a steal compared to what I've seen. But honestly, I wouldn't pay for it if it wasn't $5. Really, the only downside that I have for the aluminum bumper is when I take it off, I notice that it kind of makes these really strong indentions on the back cover. Definitely right here. And right here and right here. It's actually really bad. Like it's dug up the back cover. So that's my only gripe. So the first time I dropped this phone with this case on, it actually did unfasten itself, but the phone did not drop out of the case. It did not come out of the case. It stayed in there. It just loosened up a bit, and so I had to screw it back in. Since then, it has never fallen out or anything, and it hasn't loosened up at all. It's stayed fixed, so that's a great thing. I'm not sure if that was just my error with screwing it in the first time. It probably was, but you got to make sure you screw it in tight. And also, this phone, it's the gold one. I believe it's labeled as the champagne gold in most places, but where I ordered it from, they said it was gold, so I got it. They didn't have the rose gold option available, but sometimes it looks silver, and I think that's pretty cool. People ask about signal quality and whether or not this case reduces it, and it might be placebo effect, but I don't think it reduces it by much. If it does, it's very, very small.